All right. Let's say you go with a tier two or tier three ISA. Tier two, absolutely, you need to have them doing an information gathering call for you. They're not there to sell anything. They're there to find out if they're speaking with the right person. They're there to get permission to send some information. And they're there to pass that lead along to you so that you know who answers the phone, that you have the right person, and whatever information they're able to gather. So that's definitely a tier two. Tier three, some of your ISAs start to add and stretch those skills a little bit. I still start tier three ISAs as bird dogs, though. They are calling, let's pretend that this is a probate call. If it's a circle prospecting or something, completely fine if they also use an approach like this. But let's just pretend it's probate. I'm going to call and say, I was looking for Tony Smith. Tony, you don't know me. This is completely out of the blue. I work with Bruce Hill over at XYZ Probate Services, and this is not a sales call. Can I take a brief second to just tell you what I was calling for? Yes. So we offer a couple of connections that some people need while they're going through probate. We got your information from the courthouse. And the only thing I was wondering is if we could send you some basic information on what we do. And then that way, if anything ever came up for you in the future and you needed some help, you could call us. Would that be okay? And the person, because it's so low pressure, they say yes. They say yes. We would ask for an email address. Now, all of a sudden, we've captured an email address, and you, as the agent or an investor, you need to have an email system to be able to send emails. Okay. So we get an email, and then we would say something like, hey, if you have another 30 or 60 seconds, could I ask you a few questions? You have an attorney involved. Who are you working with? Is there any real estate in the estate? You thinking about selling it? What's your time frame? Do you guys have a property that needs an estate sale or a clean out? Who's cutting the grass? So we're going to ask a few questions like that to kind of collect more information so that when we hand that prospect over to you, you have as much detail as you can get. It's still a relatively low-level conversation. As you move up into the really good tier threes and into the tier fours and of course fives and sixes, you're going to have ISAs that can carry a much more substantial sales laden conversation. Now, they're harder to find and they're going to be a little bit more expensive, but they're going to be able to steer that conversation a little bit. My suggestion, and this is coming from me, I do a lot of prospecting. My suggestion is get a 3 or a 4. And get accustomed to prospecting yourself. I want you following up on all their calls. So if the ISA calls for an hour, they're probably going to get 3 or 4 answers. One of those answers will likely agree to get an email. Okay. It might only be one every 2 hours, but one person will agree to get an email. Those other 3 or 4 people, you should call them. You should call them a different voice, a different day. Someone who's the actual business owner may have a different result than the ISA had. I don't expect my ISAs to have the same level of conversation that I do. Out of, let's say they speak with 4 people that all say, no, I don't need any information. One person that says I need information. So now that one person's getting emails and maybe letters from you as well. 4 other people that you should call. So for every 3 or 4 people that say, yes, send me some information, you're probably, or they are probably going to find one person that says, yes, there's real estate. Yes, I'm selling. Here's the time frame. So let's just say that every 2 hours, you're getting one person that says, yes, send me some information. And you might get 5 or 6 that say no. You call all 5 or 6 of them. You send the information to the one. You follow up with them. And then about every 6 to 8 hours, you're probably going to have someone that says, yes, I'm selling. Here's my time frame. I'm totally open to a call. So that's about every day. So if you're full-time, you should get a pretty good lead once a day. If you're part-time, 4 hours a day, you should get a pretty good lead with real intent to sell and a desire and a time frame once every other day. If you're like a quarter time, 2 hours a day, that's probably going to be every 4 or 5 days that you get a really, really hot lead. And in the meantime, you're going to get probably triple or quadruple that that are not really hot, but they've agreed for communication. So they're going to be a very receptive person for you to call. And then a handful of people that aren't wildly receptive, but you should call because they answer the phone. And again, a different voice, a different day is very beneficial. So tier 4 ISAs are going to have more of a high level conversation where they can manipulate the direction of the call. And that's what I teach inside of the training that we're offering for $295. I always start by teaching the basic information gathering, low level conversation skills first, that as you as the agent or investor, or as the ISA starts to build their skill, you want to move into some of those advanced level conversations. And that's what that's about. And that's the involvement that I want you guys to have with your ISA. Please communicate with them on a daily or at minimum a weekly basis on the phone, text, Zoom, something like that. If you're going to have success, you need to have good rapport and camaraderie with your ISA. And that pretty much wraps it up. Hopefully you guys have gotten all your questions answered. You know where to go. You know the tools that you're looking for. If you need help, reach out to us and let us know. We're happy to put you in our team plan if you don't have a lot of leads, or handle your direct placement for you if you want that. We will talk to you soon. Thanks so much.